Hi, this is Matthew Cratter from Trader University. And today I want to talk about investing in dividend stocks, particularly how to find the best ones. So if you're interested in dividend stocks, Warren Buffett, long-term investments, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, many of you may have heard of Ronald Reid. This guy is really interesting because he was a janitor and a gas station attendant. Those are the only real jobs that he ever held. Nevertheless, by investing in dividend stocks, he had more than $8 million to his name at the time of his death. So that's very inspiring. But let me show you one way that I like to look at dividend stocks and how to pick them. There's something called the Linde Effect, which basically applies to things that are non-organic. It doesn't apply to plants or animals, but it does apply to things like technologies and companies. And so what this says is that the longer a company has been around, the longer it has a chance of being around. So Coca-Cola as a company has been around for over 100 years. The Linde Effect suggests that it's going to be around for another 100 years at least because of this. And so the real way you make money in dividend stocks is by investing in stocks that continue to pay a dividend over the long haul. And you don't want these companies to go to zero because that sort of negates the whole effect. So one way of applying the Linde Effect to the S&P 500 is to use it to find Dividend Aristocrats. Now, a Dividend Aristocrat is simply a member of the S&P 500, one of the biggest 500 stocks by market cap in the US, that has increased their dividend payout for the last 25 years. And if you go and look at the list of these, you'll see that there are lots of names that you'll recognize. AT&T, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, obviously, Caterpillar, just a huge list of them. So one way to invest in dividend stocks is you can just go to this Wikipedia article, S&P 500 dividend stocks, and it will give you a list at the bottom as of April 2019. So what you can do is you can cost average into these names over a period of time. Maybe you take $100 every month and you split it up and you buy a few shares of each of these equally. And then you just hold on to them for the long term. Ronald Reid was not doing any trading on these. It's fine to have a trading account, and I do have many trading accounts, but I like to keep the my dividend account separate. So this is obviously a lot of work to go through all these names and to buy them. So there's a really easy way to do this. There's an ETF, which is basically a basket of stocks, and the ticker for this is NOBL. If you buy this and it trades just like a stock, you can see that here's a weekly chart of it, NOBL. This is an ETF that contains all of the S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats, the kind of stocks, the kind of blue chip stocks we'd expect to continue paying dividends over the long term. So this is a nice thing you can do. It's currently trading about $73 a share. You decide how much you have to invest every month. Maybe it's $100 or $1,000 or $10,000, and you just divide it by the number, the current price of NOBL. So if you have $1,000 to invest every month, you just take 1,000 divided by the current price, which is about 73, and then that's how many shares you would buy. And the key is to do this over the long term, to invest a little bit every month, which is called cost averaging. So that's one way to get exposure to a big basket of dividend stocks. And this is one way I really like doing it. The other way is you can peer over the shoulder of Warren Buffett. This will get you some of the same names, but if you just go to Google, type in Berkshire Hathaway letters, click right here on shareholder letters, it'll take you to this page. And then at the bottom, you can click on his latest letter. Currently, it looks like they only have the 2018 letter here, because the 2019 year obviously hasn't finished. So if you click right here, it'll take you to a PDF of his letter. And then if you scroll down, this happens to be on page 11, sort of towards the end, you can see a list of all the companies that Buffett owns. And you can see we have Apple here, obviously, American Express, Bank of America, Coca-Cola, Southwest Airlines, etc. So this is a really nice way of sort of shadowing Buffett. So what you can do is you can find this list here. Pick the ones you like, pick the ones you think are going to be around forever. Maybe you're bearish on banks like Wells Fargo, that you think they're going to slowly go away, and that millennials and Generation Z won't be as interested in the branding of this. But maybe you think that Southwest Airlines is just here to stay for the next 100 years. So then the next thing you can do is you can go to Yahoo Finance, and you can go to Google and type in Yahoo Finance, do the ticker for Southwest, LUV, and this will tell you what the dividend yield is. I like to target dividend yields anywhere between 1 and 3.5%. Don't be discouraged by low dividend yields, because if a company is doing very well, they can continue to raise their dividend even if it's fairly low. So right now, Southwest has a dividend yield of just 1.27%. But over time, if the company does well, this dividend should continue to grow. Now, the one thing I want to encourage everyone not to do, and it's a real a mistake that a lot of beginners make, is don't chase stocks that have very high dividend yields. So if you Google S&P 500 ranked by dividend yield, you can see here we have the most the dividend stocks in the S&P that pay the highest dividend. You see companies like AT&T, Macy's, CenturyLink. When you get a dividend yield above 4 or 5% in this environment, not to mention 6% or 7% or 8%, it means there's something fundamentally wrong with the company and that the market is expecting the dividend to be cut. Now, the market could be wrong about this. If you know a lot about CenturyLink or you know a lot about Iron Mountain or Macy's and you're very bullish, then you can feel free to do this. But if you're not comfortable reading financial statements and making projections about a company's future performance, it's best to avoid these. And you can see, for example, let's just dig down into Macy's. So Macy's currently pays, this says it pays a 7% dividend yield. We can go right to Yahoo Finance, type in M, the ticker, scroll down here, and we'll see, wow, the actual, the dividend yield is actually closer to 10%, 9.81%. Now, this seems too good to be true. And if we dig down the financials for Macy's, we can see, if we look at their income statement, also on the Yahoo Finance website, we can see the revenue has been shrinking since 2016. It's gone down from 27 billion down to 24 billion. Operating income has moved from 2.3 billion to 1.2 billion. So this is obviously a company that's no longer in its heyday. Not to pick on Macy's or anything, but it seems to be in decline. People are shopping obviously more online and less at stores like this. So this is one, these are the kind of companies, don't be sucked in by these high dividend yields. You're much better off paying a reasonable, getting a stock that has a reasonable dividend rather than chasing these high yields. And in the future, you'll probably do much better even starting with a lower dividend yield, as long as the company is going to be around for the future. And that's one reason to think about the Linde Effect and to think about Dividend Aristocrats. Or maybe you have your own view. Maybe you think Facebook's going to be around for the next 100 years. It doesn't currently pay a dividend, so it wouldn't be the best pick. But you've got to sort of think, is it a company that you expect to be around, or is it more like a fax company or typewriter company or buggy whip company that you expect to decline? Now, if you've listened this far, you may be interested in some of my courses, my online courses, especially Financial Statement Analysis Made Easy. This is a great course if you want to learn about financial statement analysis and do some really deep dives into free cash flow, balance sheets, income statements, cash flow statements, etc. And it can be really a good background, especially if you're going to be investing in stocks for the long term. Now, if you're interested in this, you can get access to all these courses, including a course on trading options, bear market trading strategies, trading futures, trading fixed income. You can get all of it for one low price. So if you just click the link in the description notes below, it will take you to this page, the join page. And if you scroll down, you can just click on Get It Now. Now, normally the monthly tuition, the 30-day tuition, is just $125 for access. But I'm going to give you a special coupon code that you can use. If you click down here where it says Have a Coupon Code, and you just type in YouTube 2019, and then click Update, that will shave $26 off per month. It'll take it down from $125 for 30 days access to $99 for 30 days access. And they're no long-term contracts, so you can sign up for just 1 month, watch all my courses, and then cancel at the end of the month if that's something you're interested in. So this is a great way to learn more about long-term investing as well as different stock trading strategies. Let me know if you have any questions or what you'd like me to make my next video about. And if you haven't already done it, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button. Hope to see you in the next video.